What's up, everybody? In this video we're going to take a look at how to get to the bird farm after patch 106. They've made a couple of changes to the method to get there, so I'm going to update the method on that, and then we're also going to take a look at the glitch that's working post 106. They patched out a lot of the other glitches in the bird farm area, and then we'll also compare the farming versus the glitch so you can get an idea of what to do. So let's get started. So here's the bird farm. This is the area you need to get to, but when you first come out you will not be able to travel here. So I'm going to show you how to get here in this video. This is the Palace Approach Ledge Road. This is where you will bird farm. There's the bird. You shoot the bird with an arrow. He runs off the ledge, dies, gives you ruins, and you run back, rinse, and repeat. So that is the bird farm if you don't know what it is. Now, step one, open the door, go into Limgrave. Do not kill this guy. Now, you can get to the bird farm if you do kill this guy, but it's going to take a long time, so just, hey, be friendly with that dude. Step two, go to the Gatefront Lost Grace, talk to Melina.
Have you heard? They serve, but you. I can play the role turning runes into to aid you, and you need only take to the foot of the earth. Then it's settled. Torrent has chose to treat him with...
Step three, kill Margit. Step 4, kill Godrick. Now after this, I go to this Lost Grace here. This is step 5, but you can go to any Lost Grace out there. Melina is going to come back to you. Say, hey, do you want to go to the Roundtable? Why, yes, I do want to go to the Roundtable.
There is but one I can take you to the gathering place. Very well. Let my hand rest upon you.
Once you get to the round table, turn around and go up to this room and chat with Enia. Once you've done that, step 7, you want to go to the Rose Church. This is where Varre is going to be next. Once here, talk to him.
You claim what?
Choose they didn't seem right.
You might doubt the words of the two.
Now he will give you a festering bloody finger. I have maxed out my inventory, so I believe it dropped on the ground. So for step 9 is where patch 106 has made some changes. So they have added the ability to invade near and far away, so it should make it a little easier to invade other worlds. So option 1 is the invasion or the online method. All you have to do is invade 3 worlds. It doesn't matter if you win the fights, lose. You can actually just sever a connection once you invade the world, but as long as you do that 3 times, you can proceed to the next step. So your other option is the offline method, which is killing the new NPC that they've added to the Varre questline. And it's going to be just west of the Lindell City at Wraithblood Ruins. Now I'm at the Road of Iniquity, Lost Grace. That's the closest one that I had available. And once I spawn in here, I'm just going to double time it over. But I clear out all the ads before I invade. But since you're invading his world, I don't believe it's necessary. But this was my first encounter, so I didn't know. So I'm going to let this play out. But I'll pick you back up at step 10. Just want to mention, whichever option, the online or this method, the offline, it will result in the same thing as proceeding to the next step. Step 10, go back to Varre at the Rose Church. Now choose Anoint Me,
Now.
and he will give you the Lord of Blood's
Normally this
favor.
rich, but since you are the cloth.
Step 11, I go to the 4 Belfries. This is the quickest place to go to. There's a couple of different ways, but I choose this one because if you look, Rose Church is just right here. And the 4 Belfries is going to have a transport that you can use. Step 12, collect the Imbued key. And make sure you go to this specific tower right here. There are several towers in this area. Use your key, and it will activate the transport. Now, once you get to the Chapel of Anticipation, step 15, go dye the cloth in the Maiden's blood. That's the Lord of Favors that Varre gave you, and you're dyeing it in a Maiden's blood. And if you're paying attention, this is the area where you fight the Grafted Scion, the very first boss that you fight in the game. So this is the little room that you spawn in, and this is little Maiden, this little dead gal. That's the lady that you use her blood. Step 16, go back to Varre at the Rose Church. Chat it up with him.
You've complete, and with this, a knight who now, this noble.
Offer your finger.
Another thing.
And he will give you the Pureblood Knight's Medal. And once he gets done talking, you can pull up your inventory. Roll down a bit here, depending on how long you've been playing the game. Use the Pure Knight's Medal and choose to go to the audience grounds. And once you render in the Mogwyn Palace, this is the map that I first showed you where the bird farm is located. Now what I suggest is running up here to this Lost Grace, because it can get very hairy trying to get to the Palace Approach Ledge Road. So once you've got that Lost Grace activated, then you can just spawn in, and as many attempts as you need, you've at least got your spawn point. So, what I would suggest your first time is kind of hang a little bit to the left. Jump a lot, sprint a lot, past these skeleton dudes that will shoot stuff at you. Now to your left, there will be about 3 to 4 caves. Worst case scenario is you go into a cave that is a dead end, just turn around and keep heading southeast, as I'm doing. And you will eventually find the trail that leads up to the Lost Grace that we need to activate. The reason why I suggest staying to the left, rather going to the right, because if you go too far back, you will get invaded by an NPC, and that guy will chase you all over the place. And this is a very brutal, deadly area. So here, once you've spotted this trail, the green grass, then you know that you are on the right pathway. And here it is. The Lost Grace of the Palace Approach Ledge Road. So next up, we're going to take a look at the bird farm glitch. And this is back at the Lost Grace where you first come into the area. And if you just follow this path, stay to the left, you won't aggro any of the enemies. Let's look for this cliff. You're going to want to aim for this route here. This will probably take a few attempts, but you're going to want to land on that little bitty ledge there. And then jump over here, up, and then now you're good. Now you just need to ride up to this certain spot. Hopefully you'll have a message there, as somebody else has put there. Easy to spot. And just make sure you have a weapon in hand. And you're just going to want to jump off and start swinging. After about 60 seconds, you'll die, and then your runes will drop to you. So I'm in well beyond you game +7, so I get about 300,000 runes. So if it's your first playthrough, it'll be less. Just keep that in mind. And then after this, once I die and you see the runes pop up, I'm going to do a little side-by-side comparison showing this glitch versus farming the little guys called the Albinaurics over at the pathway ledge where the bird actually is. And so you can see in real time the amount of runes you get.